Bill will be making some closing comments after the question and answer period. Okay, a few citizens have contacted me about the fact that they are wary of a park due to an increased homeless population in Huntington Beach. I want to thank you for your honesty and openness. But I want to emphasize, and park planners could confirm or deny this, but that we would have no restrooms nor covered picnic areas are planned for the park. So it would not attract anyone here for a long time to sit or sleep here or anything like that. Another deterrent is this park area here is surrounded by residential homes where we will have a neighborhood watch, okay? And we see this as two separate issues where you ought to be able to have city parks and still support law enforcement and nonprofit groups and take care of the homeless problem. But we see it as two issues and you can still have a park. I would like to thank the following people for being here tonight. Mayor Jim Katapotis and City Council Member Jill Hardy, also City Council Member Dave Sullivan, and we have Planning Commissioners Lynn Sametta and Patrick Brendan. We have a Planning Commissioner Pinchoff, right? And former Planning Commissioner Mark Bixby. I just want to thank you all for taking time away from your personal time tonight to be with us. Thank you. Please let me know if I missed anybody. I'm so sorry if I missed you. And I want to thank you to all the volunteers who donated their time and money to make this evening possible. This was really a neighborhood collaboration. Bridget and Catherine Johnson, Fernando, Ty, Judith, Natalie, and Barbara, you know where you are. Thank you so much. And also there's others. Michael Wellborn came in of the Friends of Harbors, Beaches, and Parks to talk with us. And I want to thank Kim Kramer and Bridget Johnson for their support and advice. And also they know everyone in town. I can't believe it. I'm from a small town, so to me that's incredible. Again, I would like to thank you for being here tonight, and I would like to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Natalie Wong.
Can you hear me if I talk like this?
Yeah.
Yes?
Just gotta get it closer.
Is this close enough?
That's better. Yeah.
Okay, so as we can see here is downtown. Let me start over. Thank you again for coming, everyone. My name is Natalie Wong, and I live right across the street. My husband and I have been living here for about 20 years. I wanted to share a quick history of where we gathered here tonight, currently known as the Rodgers Senior Center, obviously. When this issue came about, I had to Google Earth Us, and I had never realized how congested we were until I saw this. I've lived here for a long time. I think we moved here in '89 and bought a house here 4 years ago, have kids, and I've never realized how congested it is downtown. So, onward. In 1917, Chevron made a gift to the city of Huntington Beach of these 2 acres of land. The only condition they gave was that it must be used as residential space for the community. This was agreed upon on a covenant. In case you don't know what a covenant is, it's a contract, like the Declaration of Independence. It's a pretty strong contract. The agreement basically stated that Huntington Beach shall maintain this property as public park and no other purpose. Otherwise, the title hereby granted shall revert back to the grantor, Chevron. In 2006, next slide. There's the deed. It's real. Next slide. In 2006, if you remember, if you were here, we voted on Measure T. It was for the new senior center that took up 5 acres of land at Central Park. And Measure T specifically stated, when Measure T passes, the current downtown senior center will return to general park use. The downtown residents will benefit from the passage of Measure T. To be honest with you, this is why we bought our house so close to the senior center, because I remember voting in 2006. Yes, I was really young in 2006, and I didn't have kids, but I thought, gee, I know that there's gonna be a park here soon. I wanna buy around the senior center. It's a great area. So, next slide. The rebuttal. Next slide. Okay, so most of you know, a couple months ago, the city was about to sell the property to a developer to build about 22 to 24 homes in a sliver of a park. All of us downtown residents showed our concerns and dislikes of this plan, and we are all extremely grateful that the city council members listened. Thank you. We didn't want houses here, so thank you. This was the promise in 2006 when we voted to have this. Next slide. So here we are again. Now the city would like to turn this location into another rental home. I'm not quite sure how this keeps the promise of Measure T, which specifically states, and I quote again, the current downtown senior center will return to general park use. Thus, downtown residents will benefit from passage of Measure T. Honestly, I don't know how the residents of downtown will benefit from another rental facility. We voted on Measure T, we were gonna have a new senior center, we were gonna have this back to us, and now it's gonna be another rental facility. From my understanding, it's supposed to be talk of a veterans hall is coming up. And I have nothing against the veterans. My grandfather is a veteran. It's just, out of respect, it's just not what we voted for. Honestly, I would like to have the city honor what we voted for. Keep the promise, which is exactly why we're all here. So, although the Veterans Hall is a good plan B, thank you, we'd like to please stick to plan A, which is a park, what we originally voted for back in 2006. And as you can see on a daily basis, when the parking lot's empty, there's kids out here, that's 8 to 10 kids playing, learning to skateboard, learning to ride their bikes, on their Power Wheels, whatever it may be. It's the only free space we have. Our kids cannot play in our alleys. Our alleys are destroyed. Our streets are ran by tourists that don't even know where the stop signs are. It's not a safe place for our kids to play. And my kids can't ride or learn to ride their bikes on the boardwalk because they get ran over and yelled at, who knows, by everyone that's in there with their road bikes or running. And as you know, we're extremely congested here. And we have the biggest school in our district just down the street. So we have a lot of kids. We're a growing community. We're increasing our popularity. We're having kids. We're here to stay, and we're multiplying. So let's provide a park for our kids to play. Thank you.
The street in the 400 block of 18th. My family has been there for 30 plus years. First, I want to thank you all for coming. The support right now is overwhelming. Thank you so very much. As a longtime neighbor of Rodgers Park, also known as Rodgers Senior Center, we have coexisted with the center and its changing role in our community. Over the past 30 plus years, for the most part, it's been a pleasant experience. Even with the church rental nightmare, we have always known that one day soon we would have our park. We knew that because it had been promised to us, it had been voted on and promised to us. It was given to the people of Huntington Beach. Given to us to enjoy as a public space. It was not given to the city council to sell off to cover costs because of bad deals. It was given to the people to enjoy and to make people's lives better because of it. I understand that this may not be news to any of you, but we are continuously finding that we need to remind the city council and to press the point. This area needs a park. Walking to Lake Park with more than one child is difficult, believe me, I did it. And crossing Golden West to go to the park over there is dangerous. We have patiently been waiting, and time has come to return Rodgers Park to the people of Huntington Beach. We, the people, are not going away. In fact, we continue to rally support. We grow larger, we grow stronger, and we will get louder. We all have busy lives and other things that need our attention. I am sure that there are city council members that have plenty to do with the upcoming elections. So, shall we put it to rest once and for all and designate this land to return to Rodgers Park? Let's all work together and get it done. Keep the promise. Thank you.
Okay, so I think on the agenda now we have a question or comment time. And I do have a 1-minute timer on the laptop, Catherine. Somewhere. If you, I can come down and go to timer, or if you have a phone. But why don't you want to start on this side? Does anyone have a comment or a question that they'd like to make up here? I can do like 6 individuals at a time, and then you have your minute. And oh, yes. I think they could hear you better if you do. Okay. Does Gloria have a loud voice anyway?
You know what? I think probably the only thing I want to say, my name is Gloria Alvarez. I'm the former chair of the city's Historic Resources Board. I'm currently on Huntington Beach Preserve Our Past. And I think that one of the things we really want to keep in mind is this is one of the 3 oldest parks in the city. So we're not asking to make this a park. My take on this as a 3rd generation Huntington Beach resident is that we simply want to return it as a park. And I think that's one of the key things right there. No matter what the legal position is, it's a moral issue for our future generations here.
Yeah.
A couple more people like to come up and then just talk for a minute. You want to come up? Do you want to come up?
Well, I got a really loud voice, so I can just talk. My question is simple. Why are we here? It seems legally that it's got to be a park. So what's the discussion? I mean, why are we here? That's my question.
And maybe you state your name and then.
I'm Andresa. I live on 7th Street. I've lived here since 1970. I attended Smith School, Dwyer, Huntington. My youngest son is going to graduate from Huntington this year. I worked at Smith and Dwyer, and there are so many kids in this neighborhood within walking distance from this area. They had a skate park over by Huntington Beach High School. Where are those boys left to go? I've got 2 boys that are skating around the parking structures downtown getting in trouble. Thank God the ambassadors down there know my boys, but they need to have a place for them to come. The kids in this area, I mean, how many kids are at Huntington? Dwyer, Smith. It's crazy the amount of kids that are in this community that need a place to go. They took our skate park, and I'm sorry, I'm a mother of boys that like to skate, and I know girls like to skate too. We need a little place for them here, another place for the other kids to gather. There's nothing positive for them to do in downtown anymore, and that's a tragedy. So, I mean, we need to keep this place, and you know, in 2008, after they closed our skate park, they dedicated money to look for consultations for a skate park over at Worthy Park. Where is it? Vans. Well, I'm sorry, if you talk to the kids in this neighborhood, that's too far to go for some of these kids. We need something here that's supposed to support those children in a positive activity so we can stop, you know, having some trouble downtown and different areas and give them an avenue and a venue to get their energy out in a positive way. So that's all I have to say about this. Thank you.
So my name is Kim Kramer, and there was a question raised about what are we doing here? And I guess the answer to that question is We had a deed that promised us a park in 1917. And in the final, without getting into too many details, the final analysis is that the city council can pretty much do what they want to do. And so what they decided to do was put homes here. Homes are a great source of revenue. The residents